Yo, 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 what is up? So, I've been just been thinking about there's more and more channels popping up talking about semen retention these days. There's more and more talk about NoFAP. I see it on all the social media platforms. Of course, I'm seeing more of it because of the way the algorithm works. It knows it's probably listening to me and conversations I'm having and understands that, this is something I'm interested in. And so it's putting more of that content my way. So obviously that's part of it, but I'm kind of surprised at how much content there actually is about this, because it's not something I was really aware of until recently. I've been aware of similar ideas, because I had some background with different forms of yoga. Kriya yoga, Kundalini yoga is where I learned about this. Of course, there's tantric yoga where you abstain from, the men abstain from the full release. But in that practice, there are other things going on and things that, in this culture, in the semen retention culture, we would consider edging. So personally, for me, that's not something that's not part of my practice. My practice involves zero lustful thinking, activity, behavior, any of that. So I'm trying to go full on with this and be very deliberate about my intentions, and that has nothing to do with increasing female attraction. So, I'm doing everything I can to be the best man that I can be right now. Semen retention is a huge part of that. Not lusting after women, not doing that thing where you follow them with their eyes, not doing the thing where you think about all the dirty stuff you want to do, just none of that. And eating very, very clean and working out as best I can. I have a pretty serious knee injury right now, so I'm very limited in what I can do, but I'm doing everything I can do, and I'm going full on with my physical therapy, being very disciplined and treating myself very well. These are all things that are going to make you more attractive to the opposite sex. If you're somebody that's not trying to get in girls' pants all the time, if you're very purpose-driven, you're very confident, if you are physically healthy, all of these things, of course, that's going to increase the amount of attention that you're going to get from the opposite sex. But that has nothing to do with why I am personally doing this. In fact, if I were to get a ton of attention from the opposite sex right now, I would find that as a disadvantage. It's not something I would enjoy. All that would do is be a distraction for me right now, and it's something that could potentially go to my head and take me out of my heart and my spirit, which is where I'm trying to do the work. I'm trying to grow myself in that way. So the amount of content online, I started thinking about it, why are so many people coming out and doing this? Well, there's a few reasons. I know for me, one of the biggest reasons is that making a video like this is a creative act for me, and it's me utilizing my energy, my life experience to produce something, and something that might help another person. So that makes me feel good, and that this is a way of me transmuting the incredible amount of energy that I now have, not being somebody that's wasting it. So the other thing about it is that it gets lonely, and you realize that if you were to be really open with it, and maybe just talk about it in mixed company, you're going to get funny looks, and you're going to quickly realize that very few people out there would understand where you're coming from, and they'd think it was weird. So I personally don't talk about this in mixed company. Not very many people know that I'm doing this. And I think that's probably the case for a lot of us guys that are doing this, is that, we're becoming more and more aware of how strange this behavior would be considered by most people, and but it's a big part of our lives. And so, how are we going to talk about this with? Well, the internet, YouTube in particular, provides a really nice platform for that to happen. So I'm very grateful that I've connected with some like-minded brothers on the internet that I'm not, fortunate enough to be able to hang out with in 3D in the real life. But we get to stay in contact this way, and they're dropping videos on the regular, and I get to, and I really enjoy, just listening to them chop it up about their experience with this, and offer a little bit of strength and hope, you know, in the journey, and even just a reflection, just to know that, like, yeah, I'm not, you know, I'm not the only one doing this. There are a lot of other guys out there doing this, and they're doing it for the same reasons as I am. And I know because I've listened to them talk about it. So that's why I do what I'm doing right now. I just kind of realized, you know, I'm currently visiting my folks, staying at their house right now. So I just had a big surgery, so I'm kind of recovering and, you know, visiting and all that. So headed back to where I live in a couple of days. Anyways, I've noticed this isn't necessarily something I can even talk to my own father about. You know, he's definitely not the kind of person that's going to understand this. He would look at me funny. He would think this is crazy. It'd definitely be an awkward conversation to have with your dad. But I'm hoping that, you know, by the time I am a father, you know, if I'm so fortunate, it is something I do want to do in this life. As soon as, you know, a woman that is an energetic match for me, you know, and when I'm in a position where I feel like I'm going to be the best husband that, you know, amazing woman deserves, right? So it's work, you know, I'm doing work and hoping that's a result. But if that's not in God's will, it's not in God's will. You know, I'm not attached to that either. You know, I want that. I don't need that, though. It's a difference. But anyways, back to, if I were to have a son, I would really hope that he would be able to talk to me about anything, including this. And I would hope that I'd be able to talk to him about this, because this is something, you know, like hypothetically, if I had a son, you know, I would encourage this behavior, and I would not judge him for, you know, and of course no kid wants their parents to know that they're, you know, if you've ever been walked in on when you were a kid, you know, it doesn't get much more awkward than that. So, but yeah, I would love it if this was kind of more of a normalized thing to be doing and talking about. And yeah, so hopefully my contribution here, you know, helps manifest that reality on a collective level. And yeah, all right, so that's enough for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Much love, everybody. Peace.